Hi, you guys. I'm so excited that we're able to do these little arrangements together. I know that it's been a while since you've gotten to do floral design, so hopefully you have fun doing this. If you want to take a look over here, I tried to go with a really basic design for you guys, something super simple and pretty and springy. And so this is what the final product is going to look like. In your little toolkits, you're going to find the following things. You're going to have a vase, so please make sure that you fill that up 2/3 of the way, half of the way. You're going to have 3 or 4 pieces of raffia. You're going to have a piece of wire. You should have 7 stems of tulips. Be really careful with these because they tend to want to break. You're going to have 7 or 8 pieces of this Plumbosa fern, and then you're going to have 1 giant chunk or a couple chunks of the wax flower, okay? So the first thing that you guys are going to need to do is grab your raffia, and we're going to make a really basic loop out of it, okay? And so you're going to do the length of the vase, okay? You're going to do a middle loop, 1 side loop, and a side loop, and we're going to run our wire through it just like we do in class, okay? And we're going to do a tight twist, okay? And then we are gonna set that to the side. Okay, that way it's done. It's gonna look better than that in a minute, okay? Oh, I forgot, everybody's got a pair of shears in their toolkits too. Hang on to those. I think most of you sold a May arrangement, and so you're gonna hang on to those and use them again. If you remember to bring them back in the fall, that's totally fine. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna start with is the wax flower. The wax flower is pretty tall, and we do want some height on this, but nothing crazy. So I would say, if I was gonna do a measurement, you're gonna go where all the color of the wax flower is 2 times the height of the vase, okay? So if you wanna try and figure that out with your elbow to your forearm or something, so I can give you a home measurement. If you have a really bushy wax flower like this, you guys need to cut off the couple side shoots just like we always do in class, okay? And I would probably do the biggest little chunk to be that middle piece, okay, that middle wax flower that's gonna be the main filler of it, okay, and that's gonna be your backdrop. If you were able to cut off chunks, you're gonna do a second piece that's a little bit shorter. It's gonna kind of cascade down, so we'll do this off to the left. And then the other piece will be the shortest, just by 1 inch maybe, and that will go right into the front. Okay, so that it all looks like one, but when you do it to the side, again, like we always do, it'll cascade down, okay? The next thing that I'd like you to do is put all your Plumbosa fern in there. And this is just gonna kind of go all over the place. And so a couple pieces are gonna be big in the back, and let those really be flowy. So find your 2 or 3 longest pieces to go towards the back, okay? I'm not gonna cut those at all. We really want those to flow out just a bit. Remember, they have thorns, so be super careful with that. Then you're gonna find a couple more tall pieces. Let's put those towards the middle. And again, I don't think I'm gonna cut those. You want them to flow out just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 on each side from the middle. Okay, and then we want some flow down here, and so that's where the rest of my pieces are gonna go, and they should be short enough. If not, trim them down a little bit. So I want 1 on each side. Okay. And then we want the collar to kind of come out. And so if you have 1 or 2 pieces, they need to come right off the front. Okay, and then with the extra pieces, you can kind of place them wherever you think that is needed. So I think a little piece here, and I honestly think back here, there's a little weird hole, okay? So this is a pretty structured foundation of your arrangement right now. All we should have to do is pop our little tulips in. Now these look really small and closed, but I just got them off the truck this morning, and so they're really gonna open up, okay? So you need to save space for them. So you should have 2 different colors. I like to place my, whatever color has 3 first and see whichever is, kind of see what height they are. So I'm gonna start with the shorter one and put it off to kind of the bottom left, okay? Maybe I'll move it back just a little bit. So we'll do bottom left. And I'm gonna do the taller one right in the middle, kind of like them to kind of point to the left, and then the smaller one over to the right, and it's gonna point in opposite direction. Okay, there's still a lot of weird gaps, and so that's why we have these other ones. Okay, if you see that there's a leaf that's weird and it's floppy, go ahead and peel that off. You can cut it off. but do try to keep as many of the leaves as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna put one right in the front, almost pointing forward and to the right. Okay, I'm gonna put another one back into the left because we need to break up the colors. All right, I'm gonna put this one back to the right because it's got a lot of curl to it, so that just seems like it wants to be more of a foundational bottom piece. And then this one is a pretty good linear piece, got a little bit of curl to it, so I'm gonna put it right as my middle one, okay? And so spin it around, look at it, make sure that it's looking pretty well balanced, okay? The tulips are a little shorter than I was planning, so you guys really need to watch the water level and make sure you're adding enough water. Those stems down there are in the water. And this should last a long time for you guys if you do that, okay? The very last thing that you need to do is we're gonna grab our little bow that we made. We're gonna pop that right down into the middle front, okay? The legs need to go straight down in there. You guys do not wrap it around the vase. You know that makes me really crazy. All right, we're gonna fluff that raffia out. I like to split them a little bit so you can really get it puffy. Okay, just make it a little puffy ball. And then these need to be trimmed up. We don't want them too crazy long. So I think trimming them at a little bit different angles looks good. Okay, and then split these. Okay, and that's gonna be it. You guys get to keep the vase, and please make sure when you're delivering these, you're doing social distancing and being safe and everything, but hopefully you and your customers enjoy your arrangement. I miss you guys, bye.